Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Thursday night, and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. I always forget to turn on this light here. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah, that's better. So it is Thursday night. We're going to create some art. I do have an announcement to make. I have a video coming up soon. If you guys remember the pyrography, I still don't know how to pronounce it. The wood burning thing I did the other day with the foxes. I finally got a chance to hide that out in the woods, and I've got a video coming up probably on Monday of that being hid. And then lo and behold, I just got a comment today from somebody who found it. So somebody already found what I hid. So I guess I'm not cut out to be like a treasure hunt creator because somebody's going to find my stuff like straight away. But anyway, I think that's kind of cool. So expect that video to probably come out like on Monday, and we'll see if they have any more comments. They just dropped a comment saying that they have found it. They're supposed to send a photo, so I'll see what happens. So what are we working on tonight? Great question. So I recently did a colorful cat drawing where I used pastels to create like this really colorful, vibrant cat. I did that on black paper. I wanted to see if it looks just as cool if I did it on a lighter paper. So I think that's what we're going to work on today. Hopefully you guys are cool with that. If not, then maybe you'll just hang out and chat with me. That'll be fine. So I do have my lighter paper here. I've got my pastel pencil. I've got a bunch of vibrant colors here, same as when I did the other one. I hate trying to redo pictures that I've done in a different like way, just because I'm always nervous that I'm not going to capture the magic of the first picture. But we'll see. We'll give this a shot. Shout out to the people in the room. We got Rome Dog in here. We got Kid. We've got Tom. We've got Okay Larry. That's enough for a party, so that's cool. Yeah, I always like my Thursday streams. I've talked about this before. Thursdays and Fridays are awesome. So Thursdays are great because you know, you do the stream, you go to bed, you wake up the next day, it's already Friday. So I'm just gonna kind of scribble around and figure out where the head is. I'm gonna keep this kind of loose like I did with the other picture, just kind of like scribble art. I do think it's going to be somewhat different just because that black paper really, really shows off the colors. So I'm hoping it's just as cool when I do it on this light paper, but we'll see. I never really know. But yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I think it's going to be nice. Deadpool is actually in theaters right now. I'm so excited for that. I know it's not for everybody, but man, I've been waiting for so long. And it is in theaters. I could be there watching that now, but I'd rather hang out with you guys. That's how special you are. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go see that tomorrow afternoon. The problem is whenever these Marvel movies come out or like anything of like significant pop culture value, I always have to see it straight away because all of the like subreddits that I subscribe to, all the YouTube videos that I watch, they're all filled with all kinds of spoilers. So if I don't go watch it as soon as like I can, I am probably going to the story's probably going to be spoiled. I'm probably like, I mean, I know there's going to be like a post credit scene in this, and that's probably going to get spoiled. There's probably going to be pictures that kind of spoil some important plot point. Like you don't even have to watch the video to be spoiled by the thumbnail. That's what kind of sucks about these things these days. So yeah, as you can see, I my process here is I just kind of like stab and make like little slice marks and stuff like that. I find that you can do it in a different way, but this is so much fun. It's like stabbing at the paper. Um, I'm just trying to figure out where the cat is on the paper at this point. I'm not really like trying to actually draw a cat here. I just think that this will be the body of the cat. I think we'll have the cat kind of facing off in this direction. So like his eyes will be here. I think this is going to be a pretty playful cat. We'll see how it goes. I don't think this is going to be in the exact same style that I did the one on black paper, just because, like, I don't know. I think it's just different. But we're gonna make something cool anyway. I was just mostly kind of curious how this would look. So, anybody got any plans for this weekend? Anything exciting that you guys are excited about? Anybody gonna go watch Deadpool, or is that just me? Like, I know that you guys are probably into different things, but I know that some of you guys are into Marvel movies and maybe are excited. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people excited about comic book movies or superhero hero movies in a while. Like it's been a, like I think with Endgame, that was pretty much the end of superhero movies for the most part. There's been some good movies since then, but it's kind of lost its mass appeal. Yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. And then I'm gonna throw in a little bit of some background color just to kind of like box me in a little bit so that I don't get a halo effect if I end up doing stuff over this. So this is kind of like a little blue. I'm using blues and pinks in here so far. We'll see how it goes. Probably introduce some greens as well. Oh no, this is probably close to the color of the paper. Let me go with a different color than this so it stands out. Not really stuck on any kind of particular color for this. I just want it to be nice and vibrant. Home Dog says, I want to go see it. My car is still overheating, so I'm kind of broke. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I probably wouldn't watch as many movies as I do if the theater nearby didn't have $6 matinees. Like $6, I can drum up $6. Don't have to break the bank too much for that. It's a pretty cool little theater. I mean, there's not anything fancy about it, but it's cheap. They have the really fancy theaters around here as well. You know, the ones that you can go to and sit in a big old recliner and have a meal served and stuff like that. That's not my kind of movie going experience. I know that some people enjoy that, but for me, like I go to watch a movie because I want to watch the movie. I don't go to like relax or anything like that. So my fear is that I'll fall asleep if I'm too relaxed. So I want to go to a theater where, you know, like the old school where the floor is all sticky, the like you sit in the chair and it kind of wobbles. I mean, it reclines a little bit, but it also like feels like it's on like a little peg or something. That's my kind of theater. Not for everybody, but that's what I like. And again, the reason is I don't want to fall asleep during a movie. Not that like the type of movies I usually go and see in a theater um, would put me to sleep. Like I like to go see like when I go to the theater, I want to see like a lot. I want to see the spectacle, right? So like I want the sky beams in the Marvel movies. I want to see like things explode like in the Tom Cruise Maverick movie. Uh, that's what I go to the theater for. I want to see like a big spectacle up on the screen. Um, like but there are some like lull moments. Like moments where things are kind of like quiet and like for pacing reasons and stuff like that. And those are the parts where I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to fall asleep, so I don't want to be too comfortable. I'm gonna start kind of penciling in an eye here just so that I know where it is. I like drawing cats. Cats are just inherently cute. Um, you don't have to put in like a lot of effort to make the cat look cute. It just comes naturally. Dogs, different breeds of dogs are different ways and stuff like that. A dog can be cute, or a dog can be like, well, all dogs are cute, but not all dogs are just like completely adorable. Um, like trying to think, like a pit bull is cute, but I wouldn't say a pit bull is adorable. Now, a pit bull in like a tutu or something that would be adorable. But cats are inherently adorable. You don't have to put in a lot of effort to make a cat adorable. So I am kind of putting in a solid blurred out base of this eye, but I will be putting layers over it. Room Dog said, had some friends come to visit this week. That was hella fun. That's why I didn't say much Tuesday. Oh, that's cool. Are they into art as well? Um, Thinking back, growing up, like I didn't have a lot of art friends. And I'm wondering, I am kind of curious about that. Like, how many artists actually have art friends or not? Like, I I think it would have been like I'm not petty or anything like that, but I think it would have been tough growing up if I had like an artist friend or something who was just way better at art than me. I think I might have given up on drawing. Like I don't have to be the best in like in my little like social group and stuff, but I do like that, you know, different people in my social group are into different things. Like I have a lot of friends, the friends that I hang out with in person, they play like a lot of board games and stuff. And you know, I don't mind losing to them because they're like really good at playing these board games and stuff and they're more into it than me. But like if we were all like competing for real about something, I don't think that that would be a lot of fun. I don't want to compete with my friends. So I am kind of curious how many artists have artist friends. I guess if you're a professional artist, you have colleagues, you know, which I do. I actually have artist friends that are like totally into different kinds of art and stuff like that. So, but I wouldn't say I compete with them because I don't. They're doing their own thing. I'm doing my own thing. Like Olivia, she's an artist. She does these abstract pictures with alcohol ink. She's very good at them. I don't think I would ever do one of those pictures, or even if I had the interest to do in one of those pictures, I probably would avoid it just because I wouldn't want to compete with my friend. You know. But that's why people have different styles as well, so that you're not competing. Let's see. $6 is a deal for a theater. Yeah, in today's day and age. You know, you take a family or something, you take some kids with you and stuff. I mean, it could easily be like $100 outing to go to see a theater. Like, I mean, I don't have any Rugrats to bring to a theater, but I can imagine how expensive that could get just to go and watch a movie. You know, I can see why like a lot of people actually stay home and stream. Like a common thing that you wouldn't have heard even like I don't know 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. Um, you know, you wouldn't have heard. Well, I'll wait until it comes out on streaming. You know, that's a common thing that people say now. It's like, hey, you going to the movie? You're going to go watch this and stuff? I don't know. I don't know if it's a theater type of movie. I'll just wait until it comes out on streaming. That's the reality of movies nowadays. Like I can imagine it's a lot of it's very challenging for movie makers, but that is the reality. I know that a lot of my the people I talk to are that way, that where they're like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go and see that in the theater. I'll just wait. But then some of the movies are like spectacles and you have to go see it in the theater. Like I regret not going to go see Dune Part 2 in the theater just because like that is a spectacle. And I want to see every Marvel movie in the theater, even though I'll watch it a bunch of times on Disney Plus again. I don't know. I always just you know, I just throw in a Marvel movie in the background just so it's playing. See, it's already looking adorable. Look at this cute little cat. Rum Dog says, I don't have any friends in real life. Where are your friends, Rum Dog? There's romance a tramp stamp. Uh, that's funny. I think having them around really does help keep you growing. Yeah. My wife scared most of my friends away, but they're still around. Mama Q, hey, Mama Q's in the house. Twister was great on the big screen. Yeah, see, all right, there you go. I would love to go and see Twister actually. Yeah, some movies are good for the big screen, some of them aren't. Blending stuff here. Some of these areas are too small to use my fingers. Yeah, I think Twister would be cool. I want to see Twister just because I really enjoyed the first one, like back in the what was that, 90s, early 2000s. I don't know when that came out, but I really enjoyed that. Um, Sorry to reach across the paper there. I think I'll get started with some green up in here. Spending a lot of time on these eyes, but you know, like that's my thing. I like eyes. I think that pencil drawing I did of an eye the other day, I think that turned out really good. I'm pretty happy with it. I put it up on Reddit. Whenever I put something up on Reddit and people don't hate something, like downvote it, like it didn't get like a ton of votes and stuff, but that's just, I think that's more like timing, what time of day I posted it. But whenever I post something to Reddit and it doesn't get downvoted to hell, I think I have the winner. All right, so got that in there. Got a little bit of green. Let's get yellow in here. I should probably try to do like an animal, like a cat or something, in its actual colors. Like I've been doing all these like rainbow animals and stuff, but I think it looks cool. I mean, I like doing them. It's not like people in real life. Who likes real people? You know, that's why I have a bunch of dogs. Hey, Shelly, how's it going? Yeah, people in real life. Who needs them? I'm just kidding, of course. I could, I could probably go a long time without hanging out with real people in real life. Like I could probably go much longer than other people. I know when COVID hit, I was working a like a corporate job, and they sent us home for and we like spent several weeks. I think a couple of months home, and then they slowly started bringing us back to the office. And I know that some of my coworkers really struggled with that. Like the more outgoing, the more extroverted the coworker was, the more they struggled with it. So some of them really, really, really had a hard time. I, I hate to say it because a lot of people did actually suffer during COVID, but I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was the best time because like, um, one, I got to work from home, so I still got all my work done, so there was no stress there. Um, I'd go to the park during lunch because like I still would get my hour during lunch, but I wouldn't have to like commute or anything like that. So I would go to the park and go for a walk. So I was in like exercising. A lot of people that I talked to like really, really suffered from not having friends around. Um, People they knew, but I thrived. I thrived in that. I really, really liked the downtime. It was quiet. I I didn't have to go to meetings. It was just tough for me. It was tough for me to go back, is what I'm saying. That's a little bit why I decided to pull the trigger on going into doing freelance. I don't do freelance art. I'm talking about a programming job that I had. Um, I'd been toying with the idea for a number of years, and then I finally decided to pull the trigger after living through COVID. Um, Not living through COVID as in having it or anything like that, but actually going through COVID, the experience. I uh, I really really liked being at home, being in my own thoughts, things like that. It's not for everybody, but people like me, you need that break. But then also sometimes I do feel like I need to be around people as well. So it's one of those things, it's like I want to hang around with people when I feel like it. And it's very selfish to think that way, right? Like everybody, whenever you have a friend, it should be a kind of a give and take type relationship. And it is, like I try to be respectful of like what my friends want, like when they want to hang out and when I want to hang out and so on. But deep down inside, it's like if I want to hang out with you, I'll come and see you. you know, like, I don't know. I get invites to things, and I always try to go to those things whenever I'm invited, like to a game night or, you know, like my niece invites me to like family functions and stuff like that. I always try to show up for those because like I don't ever want to not be invited. But then also some of the times it's like, well, you know, if I really want to hang out with you, I'll come and see you, you know. But again, that's kind of selfish, you know. You shouldn't make it all about like your schedule and like when you want to hang out with people. But a lot of times it's like, do I have the energy for it? You know? Rome says, this one's going to be a banger. Look at those eyes already. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shelly says, good, just kidding, kind of. Yeah, dogs are better. Dogs are better than people. There you go. Let's just say it, you know? Like, I mean, we've been kind of like skirting around the issue, but yeah, let's just call it. Dogs are better than people. They really are, you know. Cats aren't. Like, the reason why dogs are better than people is because dogs are super loyal. You never have to worry about like them kind of like screwing you over or anything like that. They're always in your corner. Cats are not. Cats will do whatever the cat wants to do whenever the cat wants to do it. They're adorable, but they're also kind of selfish. But yeah, absolutely. Dogs are better than people. That's not to say that people are all bad. They're not. I mean, I'm a people person. I like people. I like all of you guys. But yeah, dogs are better. I think this guy's looking kind of cute so far. Yeah, looking cute. A little bit more color. The trick to doing these pictures is I really want like a lot of color in it. So it's a bit of a mix. You have to swap colors a lot. And I have a whole mess of them. I have like colors all over the place over here, but as far as like picking which color to choose to do at a particular time, that's always challenging. But I do like cats. I have one cat now. In the past, I've had as many as five cats. Um, I had a little like country, like a house out in the country and stuff, so I had the space for it. But like you never really want like five cats in one house at a time. But it worked where I was living, and had five cats. A lot of litter when you're doing cats. Hey, who cares? How's it going? I was training for lockdown my entire life. Yeah, there you go. Like I actually enjoyed the lockdown. I really did. Run Dog says pastel pencil. Yes, these are pastel pencils and then stick pastels as well. I could do like you know like colored pencils and stuff, but I really like doing pastel pencils for these streams, just because things go a lot quicker. Like I feel like if I did this picture in colored pencils, it would take me a little bit longer. Just because pastel pencils and the stick pastels, particularly the stick pastels, they cover a lot of area a lot quicker. Like when oh, I should also mention, I did treat this paper with the clear gesso so that it has a rough surface. So like, I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, probably not. But it's got a sandpaper kind of feel to it. And yeah, so I've talked before about how that works. Like if anybody's kind of curious about that, like if you guys are actually wanting to learn how to draw with pastels and stuff, I could go over it again. But there's a product um, called a Liquitex Clear Gesso. So I apply that to the paper. This is just like normal mixed media paper. I got it taped down so that it doesn't curl when I add that. Um, and it gives it this kind of sandpaper texture that is really good for holding that pastel. It gives it kind of like a grit, and it holds that pastel onto the paper. Now I could do most of this picture without it, without creating that texture, because the paper itself has a little bit of tooth to it. But the problem is that there's only so many layers of pastel that you can get in there without applying that clear gesso. Um, a lot of people, when they use pastel pencils, they actually use a special kind of paper called pastel mat, I think, and it's sanded paper. That's like normally what people use, but it's also expensive. It's probably not expensive if you're doing art that you're planning on selling, but I never really plan to sell any of this art. I just do it for fun. So for me, I'm budget conscious when it comes to that kind of stuff. So for me, it's a lot cheaper to take regular paper and apply that clear gesso so that it's sanded. Because the clear gesso, that bottle I showed you, I mean, I think it was like 12 bucks. It's been a while since I bought it, but it's not that expensive and it goes a long way versus like pastel mat, which I think is like $1 a sheet. Which I guess if you're selling a picture for like 500 bucks or whatever, $1's not that bad. Um, but I don't draw these pictures to sell them, so um, I don't plan on recouping that dollar loss. Plus, a lot of my stuff is like experimental, where I'm like practicing and stuff like that, so I don't really know how it's going to turn out. I don't have the experience of like a professional artist that has been working for years doing this kind of stuff, to where I have some sort of expectation of how things are going to turn out. I feel pretty good about things most of the time. I wouldn't do them otherwise, but also it's like no idea, no idea. This could turn out magical. This could turn out terrible. You guys, those of you who have been here for a while, you guys have seen both. You guys have seen complete messes that I've made. You've seen some decent work that I've made. Never know how it's going to go. And we need cat names. Yeah. Yeah, how have you been? Who cares? I've seen you pop in a few times, but always kind of curious. Larry says, Bandit wears me out sometimes. He will wake me up at 15 minutes before my alarm clock. Yeah. Yeah, I know how that goes. Uh, my dogs have been on like a weird schedule lately. I don't even set my alarm anymore because they want to get up at 5:30 in the morning for some reason. So they get up at 5:30. Um, I let them out. I give them the food and water and stuff like that, and they're pretty happy for a little while. And then like about 9 o'clock in the morning, they're ready to go again. So luck, and sometimes I can get back to sleep, but most times no. Most times they wake me up and I don't get any sleep. I'm up all night just because I'm a night owl, and then the dogs get me up super early. So I spent all that time talking about how dogs are loyal. They're not really loyal when it comes to sleep schedules, that's for sure. They they're they have their own internal clock, and the thing is, so that whole adage about like you can't teach an old dog new tricks, that's probably true, except when it comes to sleep schedules. Like they will latch on to a new sleep schedule fairly quickly and just kind of like embrace it, and then you have to peel them off of that if you want them to do something else. Um, at least that's my experience. I don't know. Like different people have different experiences, but um, my dogs, yeah, my dogs are just terrible when it comes to like letting me sleep. I don't get any sleep. I don't remember the last time I actually had a full night's sleep. I'm exaggerating, but not really. It's ridiculous. Let me find a clean finger here. So when it comes to like using pastels, sometimes I like to blend it out, especially when it's closer to the subject matter. And then other times I like to leave it rough. So I think I'm going to leave this bit rough out here. I like letting people know that it is pastel. Like it doesn't have to be perfect, smoothed out, or any of that jazz. like leaving some rough bit over here just to kind of let people know that this is pastel. That's all totally appropriate. But then I like to blend it the closer, and by blending I just mean like kind of pushing it into the paper. Because again, this is sanded paper. Well, it's become sanded paper with that clear gesso. So you know, I'm kind of pushing it into that groove. We are slaves to the dogs. Let's see. All right, so this one, this year I want to be like actually pink. So I'm just gonna get some pink in here. This is a very colorful kitten. Like already you can tell that it's got kind of like some rainbow colors to it and stuff like that. I don't know why. Like I really I did one or two pictures like this, and I kind of just like really am into it now. You know, just basically like if you took like rainbow sherbet, which I love by the way, I love rainbow sherbet. I like the creaminess of like regular ice cream, but I do like me some sherbet. But anyway, if you took like rainbow sherbet and you made a cat out of it, it's kind of what this art is. Rainbow sherbet cat. But I don't know, it's kind of cool. I think I'm trying to demonstrate like in a roundabout way that it really doesn't matter what colors you use. You can still make a picture that looks right. And it's not like I invented this. Like this inspiration for this comes from other art that other people do. So like, you know, it's not like I'm like inventing anything here and stuff. It's just once you if you have the values like where the lights and shadows and stuff are caught by the paper, then it really doesn't matter what colors you use as long as the colors work together. So like, you know, a dark color for shadow can be black or it can be like a dark blue. You know, it's you can go really super high color and still make your picture work. Even though this cat really probably should be like browns or something like that. Maybe some oranges, but definitely some browns and stuff. Wouldn't be a lot of blue in this cat, I don't think, normally. But I think this looks a lot prettier than doing like browns and stuff. I don't know. Mom was in the hospital septic last week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She has dementia, so she doesn't remember. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Rome. Best wishes for you know, whatever you can get to make that situation better. Yeah, I was really like excited that I went out yesterday and hid the fox log wood picture that I did, and I wasn't really I didn't really have any expectations of like what would happen. I didn't know if somebody would find it right away. I didn't really care, you know, like you put these things out in the woods and stuff, you kind of leave them up to nature. I made the joke about like, well, I can never do a treasure hunt because somebody will find it right away, but like I'm only half joking there. I actually think it's kind of cool that somebody, like when somebody found it and made a comment, I was more excited that somebody actually took the time to make a comment. That's really nice of them. Like if you're watching this, I appreciate it, man. Because that's kind of cool. Because like that's the whole reason why I put my channel on there. It wasn't to like promote my channel to one person. It was just so that like I love to hear what happens to my art. You know, when people consume my art, I like to hear about it. Um, so it is very cool that that person reached out. But I was already making a video, so like I took some video when I was out in the woods hiding it, and my dad's in it. So like those of you guys who are fans of my dad, you'll get to see him. And I do think I'm gonna post that Monday. Like I'll probably have it finish tomorrow, but like they say that you're supposed to like post things on Monday. I don't know. I don't know how the internet works, or I don't know how YouTube works, but that's probably what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm really sorry about your mom there, Rome. Um, just getting older in general sucks. And I can imagine dementia really hits hard. You people like just this is just in general to everybody out there. Like really, take the time to appreciate what you've got because you don't know. You really don't know. Um, Life is great, and also life sucks. It really does. I've had some experiences with older people who have dementia, and there's good times and bad times, like good days and bad days in that, depending on everybody's different. But what my experience was that they had good days and bad days, and you just really have to take advantage of the good times that you can, because you never know. And like when I was younger, I used to think, I don't know, like the I I just never really thought about it. It's not like I went around thinking I myself was invincible or anything like that. Um, it's just you don't really think about things when you're younger about how like life could change in an instant. And I think as you get older, you start having more examples of like where things kind of took a turn that was unexpected. Certainly, there are moments that I did not expect things. And I'm just talking in general, like not even just in my own life, just in history, right? Like I'll be watching the news and something will be on the news. You guys know what I'm talking about, like especially these days. You'll be watching the news and you'll see something that happened and you'll be like, "Wow, okay, that happened." Um, I'm old enough to have been an adult when like 9/11 happened. For example, that is certainly something that caught everybody by surprise. It's one of those moments where you just are like, wow, what did I just witness here? Like, I know that I'm watching history pass, but what am I actually witnessing here? I think it caught like a lot of us like that. Um, when 9/11 happened, I don't know why I'm talking about 9/11, but like just came to mind. But anyway, like when 9/11 happened, I do remember looking up at the night sky and thinking like, wow, there are no airplanes up there. That's pretty shocking. So yeah, yeah, okay. So I think my point was sometimes sometimes like you are just surprised. You're just surprised by by what does actually happen, and unpredictable things is what I'm getting at. So yeah, spend as much time with you. Yeah, sometimes my mind wanders. I probably apologize. That was my actual point. Spend time with people. You never know what's going to happen. Honestly, the older I get, the more I kind of like expect something unexpected. It's almost like whenever something weird does happen that I wasn't expecting, I'm like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. Almost like I was expecting it, even though I really wasn't. I guess I should probably talk about the process of the picture here. So the picture here is that I'm just like building up layers of color. And as you can see, they're very vibrant, beautiful colors, but it is just kind of like building up layers upon layers. The bottom layers I usually blur out. Like if you're actually interested in the process, the bottom layers I usually blur out because I know I'm going to put detail above it. So like even though This is what I really like about pastels. They do blend very well. Um, but I know that I'm going to probably put a layer or two above it. So it's okay for me to blend it out because, like, for example, I'll come in here, I'll actually add this like darker line coming out from his ear. I'm sorry, from his eye. I get to spend the last 15 with her, so I cherish all that. Oh, that's great, bro. The thing I like to think about whenever I think about people in general is I try to, especially people who are aging, right? I try to think like, you know, this person is the same person as they were when, they were 15 years old or something. Like, for example, my grandmother on my dad's side, she passed away a few years back. But she was like 83 years old when she passed away. And I try to think back, like, I don't, okay, yeah, okay. So when she passed away, this actually always bothered me. When she passed away, they used a picture of her that was fairly recent. So like a picture of her like when she was in her 80s, because she was 83 years old, I think, when she passed away. And that kind of bothered me. Like I went to her funeral and the paper they give you and stuff, it had a picture of her and she was like, I don't know, she was probably like at least in her 70s in that picture. Fairly recent, right? And that bothered me because I'm like, I wonder what my grandmother looked like when she was like, I don't know, in her teens or 20s or 30s, or when she first had my dad, or something like that, like a young woman who had just you know had my dad. And it's like it's so strange to me that they used a picture of her um that people would recognize, but she was an old woman there. And it's strange to me because, like, I don't know, she wasn't always an old woman. She had, like, obviously at some point in her life she was younger. And to me that's kind of interesting because, like in my mind, a person is who they were in every aspect of their lives. Like, I don't know, at some point I was 15. It was a while back, but at some point I was 15 years old, and I'm still me. That same, like, I don't have a lot in common with that guy, but I'm still that guy. So I think it's kind of interesting that we only look at people as they are currently. We don't look at people as in the entire spectrum of their lives. Like you're talking about your mother, Rome. It's kind of interesting to me because, like, I'm sure she lived a full life, and I would include all that in your remembrances. I don't know what I'm saying. We've been researching psychedelic mushrooms with microdoses. Okay, hasn't gotten worse since. Oh, okay. So like psychedelic mushrooms for like treatment of dementia. That is interesting. I was listening to something on the radio where they were talking about that in treatment for people with PTSD. So I know there is like a lot of research on that front. I don't know a lot about it, but I do find that kind of stuff interesting. Just mental disorders that can be treated somewhat naturally. Like I think people finally come around to the idea that cannabis might actually have medical usage. So that's good. But it is kind of interesting what maybe some of these other things might do as well. So in terms of this cat, just adding a bunch of layers, getting kind of an idea of the cat itself. I think that I don't think this is actually going to like look like. So when I first started this out, I was talking about my picture that I did recently, and I was kind of comparing it to that and saying that it was kind of going to be in that style. I don't think this is going to look like that. I mean, this is colorful, but the other one I did with like a bunch of different lines and stuff. I think I'm just going more. I don't know. I'm just letting the picture itself kind of drive me. Which I think it's looking okay. There's a different color I want to use. I think maybe this one. Sorry. I hate reaching across my picture. Sorry. Um, just adding a little bit of brown to give this a little bit of definition. All right. Pretty happy with this so far. What are you guys thinking? Looking pretty good. Let's see. Cannabis absolutely have medical use. Yeah, and I think it's, I'm no expert on cannabis. I will freely admit that I have used in my younger days. Not so much these days. Um, no judgments for those who have. I mean, most of the states it's legal in. Not my state, but yeah, absolutely. Like you hear like all the time about different medical usages. So I don't think that I think it's surprising that they finally got caught up on that. I don't think I don't think an avenue of research should be shut down just because it's like you know politically unpopular or something like that. Like I feel like especially marijuana, it got a bad rep over the years, and I'm glad that that ship's kind of righted a little bit. Chaga is a good one with side effects. Rum Dog says this one has a good feel to it. Good. I appreciate that, man. You know, I don't feel like I give you guys enough appreciation as I'd like to. Particularly Rome Dog. I mean, you're a solid dude, and I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us in this channel. You talk about like how you don't have any friends in real life and stuff. And that's kind of sad to me because I think that you have a lot to offer. So I just wanted to mention that because like I feel like those type of things don't get mentioned enough. So if I forget to tell you later, man, I appreciate you. I do think that people should express their appreciation more when they remember to. I don't always remember to. I kind of suck as a human being, but I'm trying to get better. I have a somebody told me something once like when somebody asks you how you're doing, your natural response is I'm doing fine or I'm doing terrible, whatever the case may be, right? Somebody mentioned to me that that's kind of like a negative way to kind of present yourself, and they said that imagine if you answered that every single time somebody asks you how you're doing with I'm getting better all the time. Imagine that was your response to that, and I listened to that and I thought it was cool and I kind of taken it to heart and I tried to do that often, like whenever somebody like when somebody asks me how I'm doing, I have two responses. One is I'm getting better all the time, or um, I'm doing great. Because like when you say I'm doing fine, it seems so like mediocre. I really like to say I'm doing great because even if it isn't true, it just makes me feel like it's true. And I think that that's important. And the whole I'm getting better all the time, I think is even better. So like I will say I'm doing great just to put a positive spin on how on that question. Like if you're just walking past somebody in the hall or something like that, I and somebody's like, "Hey, how you doing?" and stuff. I'm doing great. It's a proper response. But if somebody's really asking you how you're doing, the better response is I'm getting better all the time. And I believe that. Like I believe that that's actually a good mantra to go by. Like if somebody asks you how you're doing and you say I'm getting better all the time, not only is that true, but also it sets the tone. it sounds kind of dumb, but it's like this one little opportunity to kind of like just latch onto the good things in life, you know? I don't know why I got on that subject, but yeah, I really do feel like getting better all the time. I like to answer with, I'm epic plus a spin. Oh, that's awesome. That's way better than what I was saying. That's cool. Yeah, don't ever say I'm fine. It's a takeaway. Like you're better than fine. I really like this cat's face. I just wanted to say that. I like this cat's face. This cat's got a cute face. All right. So I wanted to get all of that in there, and then I wanted to try something. I wanted to see if I can put in some white over here. I've got this Rembrandt pastel. These are really great, by the way, Rembrandt pastels. This one's seen better days. Let me see if I can do this without wasting my Rembrandts. I don't know what would happen if. Yeah. All right, that's fine too. All right, I wanted to get some white in here because there is some white. It kind of goes up and around the ear. And I could have like left that paper color, but I wanted to actually use the pastel so that I can get that draw painterly look in there, I guess. So even though I already put down the color, I wanted to kind of like separate the color out with this pastel. I think that looks good. So this is a little bit different than the black paper pictures. It's a little bit more challenging, I think, but I like it. So these like little random lines and stuff, I think help with the style of the picture. I wish that I could take like a white pencil and kind of like put in marks over this, but I really have to use this like really soft pastel in order to do that. The softer the pastel, the easier it is to like layer over things. Um, I can't really do it with pencil. I got to use this Rembrandt stick, if that makes sense. I think we got a cute little kitty face in there. You guys think so? Kitty. Thanks, Tom. Tom's the expert on kitties, by the way. So I trust Tom's judgment. If he says it's a cute kitty, I believe him. Yeah, he has a Morris looking cat. I don't know the name of that cat. Like that's what kind of cat I've got currently. The orange creamsicle kind of cat. They got orange and white in there. That's what Archer is, and super cute cat. Let's see. Let's get some darker colors in here, down here. I like drawing in this loose style. I like drawing in pastels in general. I feel like there's some people on YouTube other than me that are doing really good work with pastels. Tom says I'm on the chocolate cat. First off, kid said scoopable. That's a great endorsement. Lorraine's in the house. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate you showing up, Lorraine. Um, let's see. Tom says, cute kitty. That's a good endorsement. Rum Dog says, I got to draw a Larry with a gator and a headlock. Absolutely. Kid says, totally scoopable. That's the best endorsement. Um, Tom says I'm one of those childless cat ladies. I like Tom. Tom is cool. Tom lives the type of lifestyle that I would like to live. He's always got the best drinks. He's he eats the best food. Like honestly, ask Tom about his diet. It is amazing. He like eats the best food. Like he's living the life that I would like to live when I get all my shit squared away. So again, it really doesn't matter what colors you use, as long as you're trying to capture that whole value. So like this is supposed to be like a darker area. So what colors represent that darker area? Well, go ahead and pick and choose. Just make sure you make it dark. You know, I think that's what this kind of drawings that I've been doing. Just for all right, let's be clear. I don't do these drawings for some overinflated kind of like sense of like art style or anything like that. I do it because they're fun. I like the colors of them. I like drawing kitties. I like doing the colors. That's really all it is to me. But that said, I am going to tell you that you know it, there is like an artistic method to it as well. I really only draw these pictures because they're fun. That said, there's also it really does make sense that it really doesn't matter what colors you use as long as they are the right values. That is like your artistic takeaway for it. Like if you're trying to like learn or whatever. I just like drawing these cool colors. I suppose I could draw the kitty as the kitty actually looks in real life, but where's the fun in that, right? Tomcat sounds like an alley cat. Yeah. Well, I did rescue my cat from a parking structure. That's cool. So, like, the cat was there in the parking structure, or and you just like found it and like decided to take it home, or was that something that somebody else did and like you rescued it from like a shelter or something? There's only one cat that I've had that actually came from a like picking it up in real life, and most of them like came from like a rescue shelter. I had a cat. We called it Xanax. That was the name we gave it. Um, we get it was it's such an adorable cat, by the way. I miss it. And Xanax passed away a few years back. But we got the cat, and when we first got the cat was super mellow, and we're like, man, this cat is like, it seems like this cat's on Xanax, and we thought that was funny, so we named it Xanax. Um, and then like I don't know, like out of the blue, it just kind of like perked up, and Xanax was anything but mellow. Xanax was like a very high strung cat, which is cool. I still love the cat, but it was a very high strung cat, and it was until it ended up passing away. It was super cute. I miss that cat a lot. Um, but yeah, that one was found. Not even by me, by my brother. He found it in a like a Walmart parking lot and was like, "Hey, you guys have a bunch of cats. Do you want this cat?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take the cat." Because back then we had a lot of cats. So like down through here, like in the body and stuff, you really get to have like a lot of fun with colors because who really knows, right? It's all just like dark through here. So I haven't messed with any greens really yet, so I'm gonna like introduce some greens through here. I've got some greens in the eyes, so it makes sense, but I haven't really pulled those greens down into the body too much. And I again, like when you're just kind of like having fun with colors, this is um this is like an important aspect of it. Like try to be consistent with your pictures. So like if you have colors going on up here, bring them down into the rest of your picture as well. If that makes sense. But feel free to be like abstract with you know, like forms and stuff. Like I'm using these the dog's like having a dream and like scratching its my desk. Um I want to use a different color. See, this is so much fun. Just like I'm looking through this like this palette. So like I've got all these colors, right? This is like a recent purchase of mine where I've got all these pastels and I'm like, what color do I really want to like introduce here? And I kind of want to go with this magenta. I don't know if it's going to show up as magenta on the screen. Yeah, kind of like a magenta there. Like that. But just randomly dropping color and stuff, it's fun. You kind of want to get this blue over here so that I have something that, so there's cat and not cat, right? So this is all cat, and then this space over here is not cat. So I can kind of blend that out a little bit. I don't want to like mix colors too much. So like I have to make sure that this pink ends up like laying over the cat itself. Oh, Xanax, I would never guess that. So I've had a bunch of cat. So like I've had some normal cat names as well. Like it depends on who's naming the cat, but if left up to my devices, the cat will have a weird name. So some of the cats I've had in the past. So I had a cat named Sequel, um, and it was spelled SQL, not like sequel as in like the sequel to a movie or something like that. And that's because like I work in programming and you have SQL Server databases. So I named my cat after a database. Again, we had the cat Xanax. I had trying to think. Whenever I name a cat, it's always a weird name. Got Archer. So Archer was named after the TV show, which is a great TV show, by the way. Like Archer, the cartoon where he plays a spy. Such a great show. Um, let's see. I had a cat named Bridget, but the cat who's named Bridget, which is like a normal name. Hey, Rebecca, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We're just hanging out, talking while drawing a kitty cat. So I had a cat named Bridget once, but it's not Bridget as in like the name Bridget, just because the cat was named Bridget. It's because I had a cat that passed away, and this cat looked almost like that cat. So this cat's name was Bridget because it was like a bridge between the old cat and the new cat. It's that's how cats are named in this household. It's always something strange like that. My dogs have, well, no. If it was left up to me, all my dogs would have like drink names. So like Guinness, Guinness is the dog I named because I drink Guinness and I like Guinness a lot. Um, it's just like the Irish beer. Bear, we thought she was going to look like a bear. She doesn't really look like a bear. So if I could rename her, I would. I would actually name her Bandit because she's always stealing crap. She's always stealing food off the counter. She's always stealing the other dog's food. Like if you leave something that's edible for like 2 seconds, she'll steal it. Yeah, sequel. Yeah, sequel server. That was the name of my cat. Well, it was just named Sequel, and then I would take the cat to the vet, and I'd be like, and they'd be like, "What's the cat's name?" I was like, Sequel, and they would always spell it like sequel to a movie or something. I'm like, no, that's not how it's spelled, but I forgive you. Yeah. I don't believe in giving cats normal names. Like what's a normal name for a cat? Spot? No, that's for dogs. Um, Tom? Tom's a good name for a cat. Or a traditional name for a cat. I don't know. So you can be abstract on like this like bottom area down here, this nondescript area, as long as you're just defining where the cat ends, right? So like I've got some orange over here. I've got some blues up in here. The idea is like, as long as you know where the cat stops and the background begins, you've done your job, essentially. So everything else can be kind of abstract. You can just lightly drag your pastels over the paper. But yeah, you can kind of see the form of the cat here. So even though this isn't like perfect or anything like that, it's not like rocket science or anything like that. Um, there's like a method to the madness here. I have to switch to this hand. So like you can see my hands, my fingers get all like full of pastel. So I have to switch fingers to like get a new clean one. So I'm just gonna over here. So I like, oops, I like this smoothed out, but I don't like it too smoothed out. So I'm gonna put in some more rough marks over here, oops, just so that it's not super smooth because super smooth is bad. All right, so I like how that's looking. I'm going to switch to some pencils so that I can get some lines going in here to kind of like define the cat a little bit more so that it's less abstract. Hey, Edie. I was talking with somebody about New York today, which is where Edie's from. I would love to go to the museums out there. Um, that's definitely on my bucket list. I'm super looking forward to it. So through here, I've got to kind of figure out like how do you make the pause, right? So like these pauses, got to get the pause in here. The paws are basically like white, so I want to make sure little kitty paws. Sorry, lost in paw thought here. But what I like about pastels is that you can keep it so loose. You don't have to create anything that somebody would recognize clearly. Um, it can all just be like abstract and suggestive. I don't know. I'm a self-taught artist, so I don't know what the proper terms are and everything. But um, if you suggest some pause that, like, you can see already basically some pause suggested through here. Like, that he's got his pause together. Um, so like that's all you really need to do. The viewer is going to fill in the blanks with their own imagination. You don't have to like hold their hand too much. If you just make these suggestions and stuff, they will be able to sort it out for themselves where the cat is and where the cat ends. Like that the cat is standing upright. It's looking off into the upper right. You don't have to you don't have to hammer their head over. Yeah, you don't have to hammer them over the head with the realism of it because, like, I mean, it's all there. Like they can see it. Love how it slides into the abstract. Thanks, Rome. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try like in my art to keep that principle where like I want you to focus on the face, so that's going to be more realistic. And then as you move away from the face, it becomes less important. Um, like the definition of these features and stuff like that become less important to move the further you move away from the face. Get some little white lines going over here. It's tough to make these white lines. It really is. I want you to have the idea that there's a tail coming up here as well. So I'm just going to kind of do that. So back here's there's a tail somewhere. All right, we want to kind of get you a better idea of paws in here. So the way you do drive somebody's, you know, like the way you draw somebody's eye across your picture and stuff is that you do move from the abstract to the specifics. It's like, it's like if you're reading a book and like there's a scene or something in the book where there's the main character is like in a bar, and the author talks about the bar kind of like in an abstract sense. So they talk about how the lighting in the bar is like dim, and there's a bunch of people around, and all of these different abstract things about the bar itself, and then the author brings you down to the specific. So from the abstract to the specific of the antagonist sitting across from the protagonist, and they're about to like have a conversation. So I think that translates to art, or like the visual arts as well. So you're going from the big picture to the small picture. So like you're looking at this, and the big picture of course is like the entire cat, and then you're moving into the facial area, which is where you ultimately want the viewer to be. But I do like just putting in like random lines and stuff across the picture. Because it is a cat. The cat has like fur, and the fur is just like all over the place. See, I wanted to get a little bit of white in here. The other thing is like, you've got background layer, and then you're trying to pull it up with like some details. So you do want a few lines. Maybe like a whisker in here. I don't know how to draw that. So we'll leave that part off. Okay. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're only like an hour and 15 minutes. Smudge is cute. I like the name. It's Smudge for this. Yeah. Yeah, the kitty is looking at a bird. So I am not done with this kitty's eye. So I notice that I do want kind of like a little bit of highlight in there. So like you can see on this one how it's kind of like a little bit dim. Let's get some more highlights going in kitty's eye. I think that brightens it up a little bit. Get this color here. Again, the most important thing that you can do in these pictures is really, really get the eyes right when you're drawing pets of any nature. Just because, like, especially if you're drawing like a pet that is like a real creature, like somebody's actual pet, um, you got to get the eyes right. Because, like, that is what the owner of the pet stares at all the time. So the more time you spend on the eyes, the better off you're going to be. Get these like little white glares in here. Yeah, super cute. Oh, whiskers going up in here. Smudge. Yeah, we're gonna call this kitty Smudge or Smidge. Yeah. Hey, Heidi's in the house. Cool. Everyone, hope everyone is well. Hope all is well. I really like the colors in this one. Thank you. Yeah, I've done a couple of pictures sort of like this, not exactly like this, but sort of like this on black paper, which is cool. I really like that better, to be honest, than this white paper stuff. But wanted to try just a little bit different on like lighter paper, just to see if it would still be cool. And I'm happy to report, yeah, I think this works. I think so, at least. This one is awesome. So YouTube will be like 3 views. Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't know how YouTube works. Like, there are pictures that I do that I'm rather proud of, and I'm like, oh man, this is going, like, YouTube's going to love this. Um, it doesn't. I don't know. Like, for some reason, I put up some, like, the shorts, and sometimes I put up shorts and they get like, I don't know, like 2,000 views, and that's pretty cool, right? But then I'll put up something like the eye picture that I did the other day, and I thought, man, that actually looks really cool. YouTube's gonna love this, and no, I get maybe like 100 views for it, which, I'm happy to get 100 views, but also I have like I have no idea what YouTube's gonna like. I have no idea why some videos I put up get hundreds to thousands of views, and then some videos I put up get I don't know, like 50 or something. I will say that, like, most of my videos, I'm pretty happy to get at least 60 people watching, which is cool. But I have no idea why some of my videos do okay and then some of them don't. None of them do like phenomenal. Like, if you look at other people's videos, views, um, yeah, they do much better. I don't know why. I don't know why YouTube hates me. I think this is a pretty cool picture. YouTube won't care, but that's all right. We're grassroots here, guys. Um, we're all word of mouth. Like, you guys are watching things at a grassroots, like, you guys knew about this before it became big. It's like the restaurant and stuff. Like, I went to this restaurant before they got big, or I knew this band before everybody else did. Like, you guys are in at the ground level. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe, like, I don't know, like, I do. Maybe it's because I drink. I don't know. I do enjoy the drink. I'm not gonna stop it. I really don't know why some of my videos do well and others don't. What can you do? You're calling us hipsters? Yeah, you guys are hipsters. That's funny. Nah, I mean, I have no idea. I really don't know. Also, I have zero knowledge of like what I'm supposed to be doing. So like, it's not like YouTube comes with a owner's manual. I don't know. They have like a bunch of videos that you can watch. That of course I don't. So I guess maybe like if I watch some of those, I might learn a trick or two for like improving the amount of like views I get and stuff. But I don't really care. I'm just here to draw pictures. I'm not here to market. Um, my drawings, like or my videos really. I'm not here to get people to watch my videos. I'm here to draw pictures. That's my job. So yeah, like looking at these paws, right? So like I can kind of define them a little bit better. So even though they're like you can tell they're paws, by just putting like simple marks around them like that, kind of solidifies the paws a little bit better. You know what I mean? Shorts are quickies that are easy to check out, so they'll get more views. Yeah, um, and it's different people watch different things. So like you guys watch these live streams, but I think that the audience for the shorts is like entirely different. Like you'll have people who come in and they'll be like, "Oh, this is cool, man. I appreciate it," and everything like that. But then they'll never watch anything else that you do. I don't know. I'm learning. But again, it's not really about getting a bunch of people to view. It's about creating art and hanging out with you guys because you guys are pretty awesome. I like hanging out with you guys. I would hang out with you guys whether I had any views or not. May have stalled and then started again after you changed the channel name. It's building back. So there are some things that I've noticed. So like I do know that during the summer months, and I think this is the kids, right? So like kids are out of school, they're playing video games. They're not watching some guy drawing pictures. I have noticed that more people watch during the winter months than they do during the summer months, which I respect. Like hey, it's nice out there. Go out there, have some fun. Go out there, live your life. Don't be watching me drawing pictures. Go camping. Play your video games. I don't know, but yeah, it is pretty interesting. But I'm sticking to my roots. Like I still go back to well, why did I create this channel? One is I created this channel so that I would practice art every like I say every day, but it's basically just practice art regularly. Um, so that was the goal. The goal was to practice the skill and see if I could get better at it by just committing to it and spending time with it. And I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm committed to that. I will always be committed to that. So like I always come back to that basic level. Um, and then the other thing is like when creating art, or just developing a new habit, it's nice to have an audience so that you can have people that are holding you accountable. Like honestly, if you guys weren't around, I would probably skip. You know, it's like skipping leg day if you go to the gym. I'm not a gym person, but I would probably skip doing my art for like an entire month or something if I didn't have you guys holding me accountable. Like you guys being here gives me a reason to show up. So that's important. And then also I just like hanging out with you guys. So notice that in all these things that I mentioned, none of them have anything to do with how many views I get. I don't care how many views I get. It's about improving my art, hanging out with you guys, and then also sticking with it. These are the things that I care about. So YouTube wants to send me viewers, great. If not, well, hey, I'm having fun anyway. Oh, I do like this kitty though. I think I did a good job. How we doing on time? Probably should wrap this up soon. But what I like about drawing with pastels is the layers upon layers upon layers. And again, it goes quicker for me than it would with like colored pencils. Like, I don't think I could do a colored pencil picture like this in under 2 hours. That's what I really like about the pastel. Um, I'm not really interested in shorts. I like these live chats because I love to chat with people. I'm an extrovert for sure. That's cool, Edie. I appreciate it. I do like these one-on-ones with people because like sometimes you guys have questions and I get to answer them. Um, you guys can always leave comments and stuff, but like I don't always get like a ton of comments either. But I like where you guys ask questions in real time. That's nice for me. But yeah, the live streams are best. And like honestly, I would never not do the live streams. The live streams are just so much fun. It's actually a highlight of my day and my week is to come in here and hang out with you guys. I don't see that ever changing. Kind of like ASMR to see the stream, relaxing but interactive. Nice. I wish you guys could hear. I don't know if you guys could. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of these myself. I don't watch a lot of my streams, um, but like you can actually hear the pencil across this sandpaper. So these lines here, they're not really meant to be like anything in particular. They're just kind of suggestive that the cat does kind of go up and has a tail. Even though you don't actually see the tail, I'm not drawing the tail. By drawing these extra lines, it's suggesting that there is a tail. There you go. I think it's cute. Cute little kitty. Again, I have to be kind of careful. So, like, if you do art like this with the pastels, you do have to kind of be careful between, smudging something out and then also like leaving it so that it looks like pastel. So, like, the difference is through here, I kind of smudged it out to kind of create like a solid area, but then also this little areas through here, I kind of just like left it rough so that you can see that it's pastel. Like I don't want somebody to look at this and be. I don't think anybody's going on this particular picture, but I want somebody to look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's obviously a pastel picture. Like I'm not confused that this is a painting in acrylics or oil or something like that. That's important to me. Like it's more important to me that somebody can guess what kind of medium I use than, you know, detail or whatever. Looking pretty cool. All right. So I think this little guy's probably about done. What are we doing on time? Yeah, we're at like an hour and 30 minutes. So this is probably a good point to kind of wrap it up. But again, like some of my other pictures that I've done, this is basically a demonstration that it really doesn't matter what colors you use as long as you're like trying to get those values in there, like what areas are in the shadows, what areas are in the light. So like up here, it's kind of lit up a little bit, and then down here, it matters less because we're in the shadows. That's a kitty. It's a pretty little kitty. That's what it is. I sound like such a dork when I talk. I was watching this video that I'm putting out probably by Monday, and I was looking at some turtles, and I'm like, oh, pretty little turtle. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know why you guys watch me. I'm such a dork. Anyway, gotta get some little light area see here. Yeah, actually, that would more of that. All right, I think we're done. Um, yeah. So there's probably some more I could do with this cat, but I don't really want to overwork it. I think it looks pretty good. Like, you know, I could actually see this being a like a poster or something on like an office wall or something like that. Um, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not sure what else I would do to improve it. Maybe just spend some more time through here, adding some more details, but I think it's probably fine. So anyway, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It is Thursday night, so when you guys go to bed tonight, you'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be a Friday. Hopefully you guys got exciting plans for the weekend. Um, Looks like a female face. It could be a female kitty. Certainly the colors kind of represent what would be stereotypically female. I don't think I meant to make it a female cat, but yeah. I'm gonna call this kitty Smudge. And you know, call that like a female kitty. So we're gonna call her Smudge. I like it. Yeah, she's adorable. I love cats. Cats are great. I like doing dogs, but cats are really cool. So real quick, this is the picture I was talking about that I did on like black paper. Again, totally different style, I think. Like I was doing more like a scribble line thing over here, but on white paper, still looks cool. So I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Kid says looks great. Tom says looks great. Thanks for the stream. Rebecca says. Edie says looks like your female face. So yeah, all right. You guys seem pretty happy with it. So if you guys are happy with it, I feel like I did my job. So I think we're gonna call this one done. I can't just like leave it alone though. Like I keep wanting to. Like I was noticing this going down. I wanted it to come across a little bit, but anyway. All right, I'm gonna stop tinkering with it. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I will post this up on the community tab so you guys can check it out in greater detail. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Per usual. Again, hopefully you guys have a great weekend. I will be back on Tuesday. I do have another video probably coming out on Monday. Like I said, I hid the fox wood burning picture, or like a kind of log thing that I did, and I put it out in the woods, and somebody already found it. So I'm gonna put up a video of me putting that out in the woods. So expect that probably on Monday. We'll see how it goes. As far as that goes, that's all I've got. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. So have a good one. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I know I don't say this often enough, but like you guys mean the world to me. I probably wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't here. That's kind of the whole point of it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. So I will see you guys Tuesday. Have a good one. Bye. Thanks, everyone.